right, this is what we're making today. The Laverna by Sew Yours in some of her new fabrics. This is the weathered tile, peacock suede, gorgeous. And then on the inside, her new pinstripe liner text. It looks a lot like corduroy. You'll see each piece as we go through, but this is what we're making in the video today, really to feature the new products. Stunning. Gorgeous. And I love this pattern as well. So, there you go. Let's get started making the Laverna with weathered tile, peacock, faux suede, and the liner text pinstripe. Let's get going. All right, so we're first going to do the strap that goes around the bottom and holds our square rings. So it's just a piece that we've divided down the middle. And we're going to fold the edges in. We are not going to sew it until we get it on the bag, on the gusset. Trying a little new camera angle here. You guys will have to tell me what you think. So this ends up being a 1-inch strap connector is really what it is. The gusset is a plain peacock color, so I thought this would be good to have it. Let's do a little roll. Okay. Now we're going to set that aside. Can't do that yet. On the front, I did go ahead and put my tag. And then for interfacing, I used Decaville Light and a piece of foam. We'll see. I haven't made it in so long, I honestly do not remember what I used previously. So now I'm just going to add my zipper overlay. And I'm going to add that, how far down? Let's see. Okay. Oh, I gotta find my center. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm just not a very good teacher. Mark all your centers, guys. It will save you in the long run. Okay, let's try it again. Isn't this gorgeous? This is one of Melissa's new. Oh, that does not look even. No. There we go. That's better. One of Melissa at Sew Yours, her new fabrics. This is gorgeous. Okay, let's stitch around the outside. And I will pull my threads to the back. Let me pull you down so you can see what I'm doing. Got my little cloudy today. Hold, please. All right. Tie this off. Cut our threads the same length so it's easier. Oops. And I almost always just do three knots. Just for good measure. All right. Now, so that's what we have. Let's cut it open. Grab my duck scissors. Okay. Perfect. There we go. Now, I am going to put "It's a Beautiful Thing" tag here since I put my metal tag on the front. So I'm just going to add that here. And I'm going to eyeball the center. Right here. Perfect. Let's sew that on. Get rid of some of these tools. I did get myself a fresh cup of coffee. And because we're doing a tag, we're going to decrease the stitch length to 2.5. Let's do it. Alright, let's pull those to the back. Oh my gosh, I ran out of oh no. Did I run out of bobbin? No. It was close, I thought, but maybe not. All right. Same scenario. Perfect. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is look at the directions. Oh, please. All right, let's do it. No trouble with the cameras not connecting, so I think we're good now. So here's my zipper, and here's my lining. And I'm just going to clip that on, and we're going to sew that together at about 1/4 inch. I do not have my zipper pull on yet. Both are right side up. Then I'm going to turn it over and stitch it nice and flat. You can iron this if it helps you. You can tape it. Just makes it very nice and flat. And then we're going to bring this other side up, making sure the sides are matching. And repeat. Now, in order to make that nice and flat, I need to trim it. So I'm going to trim it in half. And I'm going to go ahead and put my zipper pull on because I know which way I want it to go. Yep. So just like this. Okay, perfect. Now, fold that up and flatten out that seam. All right, perfect. Now, the larger portion of this is on top and the smaller is on the bottom, so that when we do it like this, actually it'll be like this, it'll, for the most part, meet in at the bottom. So let's add a little more double-sided tape. There are many ways to put a zipper pocket in. This is by far, for me, the easiest. It turns out perfect every time. I don't even remember where I learned it. I've done this so long. All right, so the bigger portion of your pocket is on top. And we're going to lay our zipper overlay right there in the center. And I just do one side at a time. Oh, my tape is coming up. My tape, not just my paper. There we go. Perfect. Now we're going to go sew around that inside diameter, and I will pull my threads to the back. stitching went offline just a little, so we gotta fix that. That's a bummer. Let's fix it. It's because I did not keep my fleece far enough away. Not a big deal. Very fixable, but annoying nonetheless. Let's just start from here. Jack the Ripper had to come make an appearance. Okay. Not a big deal. I just need to get it all out of there. All right, let's try again. I'm going to start over here, and I'll have to back stitch, and that's okay. All right, let's pay attention, Bob. If you go slow, you don't have a problem, but if you don't, you don't. Perfect. I'm just going to back stitch right here. Okay. Little detour there. Clean this up. Oh. All kinds of threads back here. Okay. Yeah, there's a couple little stitches here I don't like. I'm going to have to get those. There we go. Get the tweezers. Okay, that really looks pretty good. All right, now we're going to pull this down, and we are going to close it up. This outside pocket does not need to remain open. So we'll stitch all three sides. I'm just going to even it up. Normally it's about 1 inch, now it's about 1/4 of an inch, which is better. Okay, right side up, pull it over, stitch down the side. And come across the bottom. I will cut my excess zipper tape and burn that. Then it's a pretty decent sized pocket. I have my phone here. Let's see if it'll fit my phone. Yep. And I have an iPhone 14 Pro Max. Perfect. I always want my phone to be in a zipper pocket so it doesn't fall out. All right, next step. All right, so we're going to repeat the whole process on the inside zipper. Overlay. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to backstitch on this because it's really hard to see this thread. Then on the outside, this pinstripe really reminds me of corduroy, but it's not. It's very nice. Oh, I just ran out of thread. Bobbin. Okay, I have another one ready to go. Should be able to finish with this bobbin. Okay. Just go around the curve. And backstitch where we started. Very nice. Oh, I really like it. All right, next step. All right, so the next step is to add our strap connector on the bottom of the gusset. So measure in on the wrong side what she tells you to in the pattern, and I have added a piece of 1/2 inch double-sided tape. And we're going to fold it down to that line. I'm trying to find my line. There it is. Just like that on each end. Okay, just like that. Now we are going to add it to our gusset. And I am just going to eyeball it. But I would recommend, if you haven't done it before, that you follow her measurements and get the center nice and even. Let's see how we did. Oh my, that's perfect. Perfect. Okay, let's stitch, and I'm going to start on the bottom and all the way around. My narrow foot on, which is easier to use, but I am still going to go backwards just a few stitches to avoid my hardware. Another. Go backwards a few stitches and finish it up. Perfect. Okay, now we are going to add some rivets. I think she sent me some rivets. She did. Let's put one in each end. And I'm just going to use my rivet punch. So there is going to be just a little bit of noise. Sometimes those rivet hole punches, those hand ones, you can't reach. That's why I have gone to these. I actually prefer these. They're not expensive. And they save me a whole bunch of time because I'm not struggling to get it in there. Perfect. Just like that. Let me go punch my rivets. All right, so now we're going to do our zipper placket. And I thought I had my tape on here, but I don't. So I am using 1/8 inch. As much as I really don't like 1/8 inch, It's easier, especially with zipper panels. Keeps it out of the seam and your zipper and all of that. Okay, let's add our zipper right side down. And then we will sandwich our lining on top. I have to say, I really kind of like this lining. You know, I wasn't sure if I'd like the pinstripes, but I do. It really reminds me of corduroy. But it's not. It reminds me of it, but it's not. That's a brilliant bulb. Okay, let's sew that together. Turn those wrong sides together and top stitch and baste all the way around. I don't have my zipper pulls on. I know. I don't. I decided to live dangerously once again. I do have Decaville on here, which is okay. It's just making it a little more challenging, which I'm okay with. I was just going to use Decaville, and then I decided I really wanted it to be a little more firm, so on the front and back and the gusset I put that fleece. So we'll see how much that really makes a difference. I think it will. Okay. Let's do it. Well, I'm going to start down here, I think. This will be covered. And just baste the other three sides. Okay. Let's repeat that on the other side of the zipper panel. All right. Right side down. Grab your lining, right side down. My tape is tearing. Who else likes the 1/8 inch double side tape? Or doesn't? I don't like it. It's a necessary thing, but I don't prefer the 1/8 inch. Anybody else out there? Comment. Let me know. I just don't like it. The paper doesn't come off easily. It doesn't stick as well. Many reasons. I mean, sometimes it works great. Other times, I would say the majority, I don't like it. I don't like how it works. It doesn't stick well. Just a preference, I guess. Okay. Let's make sure that looks good, and it does. Let's top stitch and baste. And we'll add our zipper pull. I'm reminding myself. If we were live, you would remind me, Barb. Do your zipper pulls. Do your zipper pulls. Alright, here is 2. And we're going to have 2, so one's going to go one way and one's going to go the other way. Okay, that's how a zipper pull should go on. Just saying. Should be that easy, especially with the jig. Yep. Got a little tiny thread there. Nope, that's not even. Okay. Perfect. Nice. Very nice. All right, next step is to add our gusset at each end. How do you like this camera angle? Since I zoomed in, is it better? I like it myself. Okay, let's add our lining, right side down. Okay, and stitch that together. Let me look at the seam allowance. I've really not been paying attention. Okay, yeah. 3/8 inch. Where's my zipper pulls? Oh, get your square D-ring out of the way. I knew I felt something in there. Okay. Let's trim that zipper tape and bring ends. And I'm going to turn that over and top stitch. along this edge here. Nice and straight. Okay. Then, oh my gosh, this looks so good. This, you guys are going to want to get this. This is stunning. It's called Weathered, I want to say Weathered Tiles. Weathered Tiles. Yeah. It is beautiful. It's got lots of great colors in it. All right, bring your zipper panels up to the other side. And we're going to clip those together. And repeat. Put your D-ring or square ring out of the way. And we'll turn that in top stitch and then baste the bottom together. Let me cut my extra, I have a lot of extra zipper tape. Okay. I'm not throwing that away. I'll keep that and use that for something, practice or something. Right side out. And clip that all the way down. Melissa really knocked it out of the park with this new fabric, I think. The one thing I like about it, it is not slippery. And it's got some thickness to it, so it's very nice. All right, let's do it. I'm going to start right here. And just baste the sides and then top stitch on that other side. Okay, and top stitch. And come down the other side. Isn't that gorgeous? All right, let's find the center of our zipper panel. And I just clip mine together. Find the center of the zipper panel and the center of the bottom gusset. Okay, I don't think we need to find another mark. Let me make sure. Let me see. No. Okay, set that aside for just a minute. Now we are going to add our lining and our exteriors together. So this is going to be my back. So I want my back zipper pocket side by side. Let me think about that a second. Yeah. I know that means there's two pockets together, but that's okay. So wrong sides together. And we're just going to baste all the way around. Baste, 1/8 of an inch. Okay, a little extra. Okay, perfect. There's one. And then these two. You can match your centers. I don't have templates for this pattern. I wish I did, because it's a great pattern. I'm thinking. Can you tell what I'm thinking? Okay. That's my stomach growling. It's time for dinner. All right, let's just baste these all the way around. Make sure I caught it. Nope, I missed it right there. Let's just do a little extra. My bobbin got messed up. Let me see. No, that's okay. It wasn't my bobbin, it was my upper thread got loose. So let's fix that. That's what it was. All right. Got thread everywhere here. Let me burn some of that. All right. Let's do this other side. Oh dear. I am just getting off my target here. Way over here. You don't want that because then it'll be seen when you put the bag together. The potential is there, and I don't want that. I don't want to have to worry about that. I just went too far. Not a big deal. There we go. Alright, did we catch it all in the back? It appears so. Tiny bit right there, but that'll be fine. Okay. Now we are ready. Somebody's walking. Let me go check. All right, let's sew this or clip this together. So this is going to be my front. Honestly, with the gusset, it doesn't matter. So let's attach it and clip all our centers. I'm using my stronger clips for this. By the time this video releases, this fabric will be available. The pinstripe and the weathered tiles, this. The peacock is already available. So mark the centers on the top and the bottom. And then we'll do the sides. All right. Let's clip our corners on our gusset. Always clip the straight edge. Which is 99.9% of the time your gusset. And you only want to clip half your seam allowance. No more than that. If I remember, this fits very well, so we'll see. Then we'll sew this, and then we'll bind one side and do the other side. You could staple, but use as many clips as you feel like you need to. Okay. Perfect. Let's sew this side together. And let's start on the bottom. Let's slow around your corners. Let me go to a different view here. See if that's any better. Trying to make sure I don't get any puckers. If I can help it. Alright, let's make sure we covered all our basting stitches. And none of those are showing. Looks good. Alright, let's bind. So for this bag, I am going to clip it on and pull it around. Take it off, sew it together so that it's one continuous piece. That's the preferred method. So we took that around, and now we're going to sew those two pieces right sides together. Okay. And let's add that. I'm going to open up my zipper in case I need to get in there. So now we have one continuous piece of, let me just trim my corners. I forgot to do that. One continuous piece of fold over elastic. Yeah, I don't really need to trim much. That's perfect. All right, let's do it. And just pull it taut. I'm just going to look at my puppies and see what they're doing out there. Okay. They settled. Busy morning. All right. Just adding a few more clips. All right, let's do it. All right, let's see if we caught it on both sides. Oh, there's just two little half-inch areas that are just too close for my comfort. So we're just going to go over those. Not a big deal. And one little area over here. perfect. Don't be afraid that if that happens. I mean, it's just gonna happen. For some reason, you won't catch it all the first go around. I do most of the time, but not every time. And I've learned not to stress too much about that because that just is the way it goes. Okay, that looks spectacular. All right, let's do this other side. And then I left my scrap for last, which I don't like to do, but I did. Okay, let's turn this guy right side out. And then we'll do our scrap. Now I use Decaville and foam, so mine's going to be a little stiffer to turn. Which is okay. I don't mind that. Except, you know, how hard it is on your hands. This is so pretty. There's one little thread here. And a little thread there. There we go. That came right out. Oh my. That came out very nice. This is a good size bag. I really like the shape of this bag too. Isn't that pretty? The zipper panel on the back. Nice. Corner. Alright, let's do the strap. That is so pretty. Alright, so the strap is going to be two-sided. So I'm going to do the bottom part first. And it is adjustable. Let's take the tape off, and I'll do the rest of this on fast forward. You've seen me do numerous straps, and I actually have a video out there up for a strap by itself. But these will have raw edges on the inside because they will be hidden, sewn together. All right, folding in both sides to the center on both pieces. Fast forward. So the next step is I always put a piece of tape down the center so that when I attach them together, they stay together. And you can use 1/2 inch, you can use 1/4 inch, whatever you have, just so long as it helps. Or you could clip it. Either one. Or just hold it. All right, now we'll take the tape off slowly. And add a top. Right down the center. And there is just a slight of the peacock showing on either side, which is exactly what I wanted. So if you watch the cutting out video, I tell you what size. The bottom piece is 2 inches folded in. And the top I use 1 3/4. I don't want a ton showing, just a little bit. So if you want a lot more of the bottom showing, you could do your top piece 1 1/2. But I prefer 1 1/4, 1 3/4. Okay. And my bottom piece is just slightly longer. All right, let's sew it together. Over the shoulder. This is so pretty. I'm going to have to get another roll of this weathered tile. It's so pretty. Alright, I'm just going to trim this just a little. And grab my strap ends and my adjuster. Okay. Taking my screws out. All right, let's put it on this end. The tiniest screws. Okay. Then I will put a I'm thinking out loud, sorry. I'm going to put a rivet right here. Just one. Oops, I got to mark my hole. All right, let me go press that. Oh, please. All right, let's add a swivel. It's a little easier to know which is right side up on a two-sided strap. Up and through our slider. Okay, add our swivel clasp on this end. And we'll add our strap end. Then add our other rivet. One more tiny screw. Let's let's cut, make a hole here. Mark where we want our rivets on the other side. Punch that hole. And put our rivet in. Perfect. All right, let me go punch that and we will be finished. All right, guys, the Laverna. So really the star of the show here is, it's the pattern from So Yours, but it's also this weathered tile, which is part of her new vinyl collection. So this is weathered tile, this is peacock, and then in the lining we did her new pinstripe liner text, which looks very similar, it's hard to see, to corduroy. Looks just like corduroy, although it's not. So this is what we did. I got my strap on there, and I did make my strap removable, adjustable and removable with swivel clasps. There it is. The Laverna. Isn't it stunning? It's just stunning. It's a good size bag. Thanks for watching. Be sure to go check out SewYours.com and check out her new vinyl. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.